Hello and welcome, my friends, to another exciting episode of Guild Wars 2, brought to you by the free-to-play experience. We are here in another ranked match, playing as the best and only Necromancer build, the Wellomancer base Necromancer. We don't have Reaper, because Reaper really doesn't matter and is unneeded, because our objective here is to prove without a doubt that this game is perfectly balanced for all its players. But rather than talk about this boring, uninteresting match, you guys, I want to make a little bit of a mention here of how happy I am that ArenaNet has actually delivered on one of the things they promised for the expansion. They've actually delivered not only a new living story episode, and you guys know how excited I get for those, but they've actually added in legendary armor, you guys. So legendary armor, something they promised us for the expansion, which did release about 2 years ago, I believe, is now finally in the game. So first of all, we need to applaud ArenaNet because they've worked so hard on getting out legendary armor as fast as they did, because I'm honestly impressed that they managed to work so hard on it. And you can definitely tell they put some effort into it, you guys, because unlike other video game developers, they actually put out content bug-free. And you can really tell that is the case, because with the new legendary armors, it is not in fact possible to crash a map instance for every player in that map instance simply by switching your helmet on and off. That was not possible, by the way. That never happened. So props to ArenaNet, because they always just Q&A all of their products perfectly and really deliver the content that we, the players, deserve. So I'm very, very glad to say that legendary armor is in the game. Unfortunately, I cannot show you it because for some unexplained reason, I don't actually have any. I don't have the precursors. I don't have any of the parts necessary. It might even be true that I've never actually set foot in a raid after all this time. So unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the beauty of the armor, because I don't know about you guys, but I love butt capes. I love it. Every piece of armor that has a cape strapped to your asshole just makes me so happy. Because I always feel like I'm stylish, and it's also very individualistic, because nobody else wears that kind of thing. Since armor that does have it is so rare in this game, you really make an impression on people by taking that piece of armor for yourself. So yeah, I am very happy once again that ArenaNet works so hard to our benefit. In regards to the living story, you guys, for some reason I have been unable to play, even though I've been dying to give it everything I've got, to think on it as much as I can, but I've actually been unable to fit it into my schedule, you guys. But rest assured that it's probably as good as every other product that ArenaNet creates. It's just very good. Very good indeed. And yeah, I think those are basically all the things that have occurred. I, for one, can't wait to see how long it takes ArenaNet next time to make more legendary armor. Oh wait, I'm sorry, guys, I don't know how I'm messing up so much, but ArenaNet has actually stated that there will be no more legendary armor. I'm not sure why. It seems that I don't know, maybe it's a bit too expensive to making those 3 armors. Oh, and another example of their vast quality, you guys. If you've seen that armor, it's actually the best armor on Char and the Sura that you've actually ever seen. Like, in its state of release, you could tell that it was very, very beautiful, you guys. Like, there was never... Usually, Char armor does unfortunately have some clipping, and it's not ArenaNet's fault, because they're too lazy to make adequate models for their races, Because if they did not want... They actually try very hard, okay, you guys? Because if they could not, for some reason, be asked to make Char armor look good on Char, they would have not included Char in the game as a playable faction in the first place, right? Because any game developer that realizes that he's unable to create adequate armor for those races would simply do the smart decision, save himself the trouble, and simply not include those races as a playable race. But ArenaNet tries hard as much as they can. They really try to satisfy everybody's needs, but for some reason the technology just isn't there yet. So some Char armor does have clipping, And the legendary armor, I assure you, does not have any clipping whatsoever on Char. It looks absolutely amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm dying to get the legendary armor and put it on my Char because I know he will look stylish forever. And even more interesting was their decision to keep the armor a certain color, because the armors do have some interesting things with their tint. For some reason, it seems that it doesn't actually change all that much no matter what color you put. But you know what? I think that's a good decision by Arena, because who needs characters looking different? Who needs any of that crap? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait till every single player character looks exactly the same when everybody has all the legendary armor, because it is very convenient. You can actually just change all the sigils and all the stuff on them at no cost to yourself. So it's actually very, very good. Just as I keep telling you guys, it's all very well done by ArenaNet. And I think that's about it, you guys. So in this match, you guys, I am showcasing once again just a continuation of how to play Necromancer, by the way. It's all I would need you guys to realize that it's always very important when you're playing ranked, okay, to play as a free-to-play player, because your teammates then get boosted because they see that they need to try their hardest when they have a player who is free to play on their team. It's just a motivation to try as best as they can. And it's not because the base class is weaker than the default class, not at all. It's simply that they're so happy to see someone trying a different kind of build, because it can be a little bit boring to see everybody running the same old, over and over and over, time and time again, just never ending. So they're just so happy to see someone trying out something new. They're inspired to perform better. And that's why I recommend everybody to roll a free-to-play class in their ranked matches. And what is going on here? Well, to be honest, I haven't actually been paying all that much attention to what has been going on in this match. But rest assured that you can do your best as long as you press 1 on your Necromancer. And as long as you throw some wells on the point, you're actually performing at actually a platinum level of play. You can actually reach platinum with such incredible skill, because as you guys know, Guild Wars 2 really does require enormous amounts of skill. And something you guys really need to try out when you're playing ranked is to actually ignore the objectives. Okay, you need to ignore the objectives and actually do your best to fight dragon hunters in 1v1s, you guys. That's very important, because that means that they're not actually on the point capping, and you're actually doing your team an incredible favor. As you can see here, by the way, dragon hunters are actually completely balanced with base classes. They're actually completely the same. There is no disparity in power. What you're seeing here is a guardian player who's extremely skilled, just doing his best. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what you dodge. If you dodge a 2, if you dodge the pulse, it doesn't matter what you do, you guys. The result is always that the most skilled player actually wins, because as you know, the cooldowns on all the Dragon Hunter damaging abilities are actually extremely well balanced in regards to the default vigor regeneration rate, which is a dodge every 10 seconds. So as you know, a backstab on a 4-second cooldown works incredibly well with that kind of design. So I'm just very glad that you guys could see there such an incredible 1v1 duel between a base Necromancer and a elite spec Guardian, you guys. So yeah, this again, trying my best to showcase how to play when you are participating in ranked matches at a very high level. This is how you're supposed to play. Remember, always keep that one key spammed as best as you can, because that actually does everything you need. It's actually an incredibly good system that I'm glad that ArenaNet had decided to implement here, because only the best players in the game can ever hope to press 1 so frequently on their enemies, and that just really increases the quality of the gameplay. As you can see here, my team is doing exceptionally well, and it's actually all thanks to the fact that we decided to roll a Wellomancer Necromancer in this match. And as you can see there, both all the enemy team Necromancers are actually doing extremely well for their team. Their team is not getting screwed simply because they have 2 Necromancers, by the way. They're not in any way holding their team down. They're actually performing extremely well, and it's thanks to their efforts that the game is so close, because you guys, this is a really close match. I don't know if you guys can feel the excitement. I don't know if you guys can feel the esports going on at this moment. but rest assured that it's actually there. It's actually there. This game has massive esports potential, you guys. So you guys really need to get out there and support Arena. You need to buy some gems. Okay, you guys need to take a hint from the base demographic of this game, which is actually the sperm whale. The sperm whale actually, as a species, plays this game consistently, which might actually explain the gameplay decisions and the skill levels that you see in many people. Because, as you know, flippers are actually very useful for playing games on a mouse and keyboard. And what do you know? The match is over. It's done. So, yeah, here you go, you guys. And look, see, I have been playing ranked a lot. As you can see there, I do have a massive amount of ranked games played. So, yeah, I do love ranked.